Hello, I welcome you all to this wonderful lesson. So, just a continuation from where we ended. This is the reason why I want you to follow me clearly and attentively. Once you follow me, you discover that these things are very simple if you just pay attention to what I get to teach. So, if I tell you what is molar mass, you just tell me that molar mass is the mass. This is the mass of one mole, mass of one mole of a substance. So it is the mass of one mole of a substance. This is what you need to understand. So if I tell you what is molar mass, you just need to tell me that it is the mass of one mole of a substance. And whenever we are talking about molar mass, there is no difference between the atomic mass, or let me say what we were calling AR and what we were calling MR. I guess you haven't forgotten about this. This one we were calling it relative atomic mass. This one we were calling it relative molecular mass. So this one and that one. But when we go to molar mass, we get to use same way of calculating. So this one and that one differs from, so I'll say it differs from what? Differs from molar mass. Differs from what? Differs from molar mass. Because molar mass, because what? Because molar mass has units. Molar mass has what? As units. What are the units for molar mass? The units for molar mass are what? Grams per mole. But everything is the same. So this one and relative atomic mass and relative molecular mass differs from molar mass because molar mass has what? Units. What are the units? The units are what? Grams per mole. But we get to do the same thing. For example, you are given what? Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is like this. So what do? You say how many atoms? 1 times mass number 35.5. So this one is sodium. 1 times what is mass number? 23. So when you add there 35.5, this one here is 23. So when you add, the answer that you are going to get, so let's say we add the two. So what are we adding there? We are saying, this is what we are saying, 35.5 plus 23, we are getting 58.5. Since this is molar mass, we say grams per what? Per mole. So what I'm here to tell you is that molar mass is just the same as what? Is just the same as relative atomic mass or relative molecular mass, but in grams per mole. Have you seen where you just put the units? So the same way we were doing, this is the same way we are supposed to be doing even these things. So I just want you to follow me clearly, closely, and attentively. So when I say this is what? Calcium. What is the molar mass for calcium? Calcium, this is what? 40 grams per mole. This is what you need to understand. When I say this is calcium carbonate, calcium carbonate, we do the same. Okay, this is 3 multiplied by 16. This is what? 1 times 12 mass number. That is 1 times 40. So we say 1 times what? 1 times 40. So I'm using this. This is all levels. So advanced one, we get to use a different calculator. But for all levels, this is a periodic table. We get to use a different periodic table. So the way they are, but the concept is just the same. This is 48. This is what? This is 12. This one, this is 40. So when you add everything here, you discover that you are going to have what? You are going to have 100, where you're just going to say 100 grams per what? Per mole. This is what we get to do. I don't know if people are able to understand this. This is what we need to do. So molar mass is defined as the mass of 1 mole of a substance. And molar mass does not have any big difference from relative molecular mass and relative atomic mass. These two don't have any difference. I guess we are moving together and we are able to understand these things that I'm teaching you. Aside this, there is also another thing that I want you to understand. Aside molar mass, I want you now to understand what a mole is. What is a mole? So that is all that you need to understand on the molar mass. What is a mole? You need to understand what a mole is. If I tell you, define a mole, what is a mole? How can you define a mole? So you are going to tell me that a mole is the amount of substance. We just say amount of what? Amount of substance. This is the definition. Amount of substance which contain. Which do what? Which contains. So I'm going to say which contains as many elementary entities. As many elementary what? Elementary entities. So entities as they are. So as they are in what? In 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. Carbon 12 what? Carbon 12 isotope. This is a mole. This is the definition of a mole. So if I tell you what is a mole, you are supposed to tell me that a mole is the amount of substance which contains as many elementary entities as they are in 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. This is a definition of what a mole is. A simple definition. You can only forget this if you don't study, but these are simple notes that I'm giving you, and I guess we are all writing down everything that I'm explaining here. So these things, you need to make sure that you understand them, you know them, you even know how to go about them. So a mole, we've got a formula that we get to use. There is a particular formula that you need to know, where we say number of moles is equal to mass. We get the mass over what? Over molar mass. This is a particular formula we get to use. So mass is in grams. Molar mass is in grams per what? Grams per mole. We say grams per mole. Then these are moles. SI unit for mole. So when we are talking about the SI unit, so the SI unit for moles, the SI unit for moles, that is what? The SI unit for, we say the SI unit for amount of substance. We call it amount of substance. The SI unit for amount of what? Amount of substance is what? Is a mole. This is the SI unit, a mole. Symbol, we just say this is what we get to say. So this is what you need to understand. So the SI unit for amount of substance, this is one of the basic SI units that we have. We've got 7 basic SI units according to physics. And the amount of substance is one of the basic SI units that one needs to know and understand. So with this particular formula, you are able to answer questions that you get to encounter even in your exams. You are able to answer certain questions that you can find in an exam. Let's say you are given a simple question. So let us look at this example. Let's say you are given, this is a simple question that I just want you to understand. You are told to say find, so they are telling you to say that find the number of moles. Find the number of what? Find the number of moles. Find the number of moles in what? In potassium. So I'm going to put a K. In potassium, which has what? Which has 3.9 grams of mass. So I will say this is question 1. Have you seen the way this particular question is? They want you to find the number of moles. The formula number of moles is equal to mass over what? Over molar mass. This is a particular formula we use, where I'm going to say number of moles is equal to, what is the mass? The mass is given 3.9 over, what is the molar mass? Molar mass for what? Potassium, which is a K. If you check on your periodic table, all levels, this one has got what? 39. So the grams, that is mass 3.9 grams, this is 39 grams per mole. So if you divide, therefore the number of moles is equal to, so when you divide, you are getting 0.1. Then you just say moles of what? Potassium, which is K. So this is your answer. So it is just a matter of substituting and dividing. Nothing is difficult here. So this is what you are supposed to know. These are certain things that I want you people to understand. Even as we get to face questions in an exam, this is what you need to know. These are certain things that you have to understand. Let's say you may be given different questions. So let's say you've got another question where they are telling you to say, find mass. Find what? Find mass. They're telling you to find mass of 0.2 moles of ammonia. So ammonia, which is written like this, of ammonia. This is what you are taught. They want you to find the what? The mass. How can you find the mass? So in other words, we are making M the subject of the formula. You just put 1 there, then you cross multiply. This is to tell you that mass is given by the formula number of moles times molar mass. This is the formula you use, where you say number of moles is what? 0.2. 0.2 times what is the molar mass? This is ammonia. I guess you know how we find the molar mass. So this is 3 plus 7, that is 17. 3 plus 14, that is what? 17. But I know this is what I'm doing. This is 3. So I'm saying this is 3 times 1. Have you seen? This is what I'm doing. Nothing much here. People can say, okay, we don't know what you are doing. This is what I'm doing. 1 times 14, the mass number. So this is 14 plus 3. So when I add there, I'm getting a 17. 17 grams per what? Per mole. So here I put 17. So therefore, mass is equal to what? What is mass? When you multiply, kindly confirm with me these answers. So if I multiply, I'm getting 3.4. Then I say grams, because this is the mass of what? Of ammonia. So I do this. This is what I'm supposed to do. The same way I'm answering, this is how you are supposed to answer. Am I panicking? No, no panic. I'm able to answer these things so calm. And this is how you are supposed to answer them even in an exam. The same way I'm answering them, this is how you are supposed to answer them. So let's make sure that we are able to follow each other very well. We are able to understand what I am teaching. Let's say you are given another question. So it is a different question. Let's say you are now given to calculate the molar mass. Calculate what? Calculate the molar mass. Calculate the molar mass. They are telling you to calculate the molar mass of. So calculate the molar mass of. This is 2.5 moles. 2.5 moles of a substance. 2.5 moles of a substance X weighing So you are given that it is weighing 100 grams like this. How can you now answer this particular question? How can you go about this simple question? We are doing the same. We want to calculate the molar mass. Where is the formula? So the formula is here. So molar mass, if you make this one the subject of, have you seen here, what we are doing, we divide by n. So meaning that it is mass over number of moles. So molar mass is just given by the formula mass over number of what? Number of moles. Where you are going to say molar mass is given by the formula. What is the mass? Mass we are given 100 grams over what are we given? Number of moles 2.5 moles. 2.5 what? 2.5 moles. What answer are you getting if you divide here? So when you divide, kindly confirm with me these answers. So if we divide, we are getting 40. So I say 40 grams per mole. Of what? Of X, because it was substance X. So meaning that this is the answer for the third question. The same way I've answered these questions without any panic. I've answered these without any panic. And I don't want you to panic when we are answering such questions in an exam. So let's make sure that we are able to follow this. Let's make sure that you are able to follow me nicely. This is how questions will be coming in an exam, and this is how you are supposed to answer them. So let's make sure that we are able to follow each other very well. You are able to understand what I am teaching. So this is where we are going to end from for this particular lesson. I'll just test you with a few questions. I see how you are going to answer them. So we've just done two things, molar mass and the moles. Just these two. You can't fail to answer such questions when they come in an exam. So this is where we end from with this short lesson that we've had tonight. Thank you.